Hi, Randy Jenkins. If you're watching this video, you have an interest in vacant land. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do when I search for vacant land. Let's go ahead and clear everything from my search and start with Pasco County. I am Mr. Pasco, according to my buddies 25 years ago. Right now in Pasco County, there are 521. If you haven't watched this before, look into the corner here, my cursor over the 521 properties available in Pasco County. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know I am a non-flood zone guy. You cannot buy in a flood zone and have a hope of being able to budget your money because your flood insurance is going to change. And you cannot put yourself in that kind of risk, in my opinion. Unless you're waterfront and you're getting the amenities, and that's different. So there's 280 properties that are not in a flood zone. The other thing that I'm big on, and that is having to do with dirt roads. Dirt roads mean that you have an opportunity for a future paving lien. And right now there's 187 properties in Pasco County that are worthy of consideration. So what we're going to do is we're going to narrow this down to 100 grand or less. There are 67 properties that are available in Pasco County. Let's look at them very briefly. 19, 22, 24, 24, 25. So there's quite a few properties to choose from on the lower end. What I want to do now is I want to talk about the solds. There were 62 properties in this criteria that sold. And that's how you measure the market, by the way. It's not by the active listing. It's by the sold listings. So let's do a quick look at what's happened in this criteria in the last 60 days. There have been 16 properties sold. Here's where we get our education. This one sold for $17,499 in 47 days. This one sold for $19,500 after 22 days. Excuse me, 250 days. They were asking 22,000. 30,000 they were asking. It sold for 25,000 in 127 days. 34,000 sold for 33,000, and it took 111 days. They were asking 35,000. It sold for 35,000 in 19 days. They were asking 58,000. It sold for $40,000 in Zephyr Hills in 549 days. 13 days to sell for $5,000 below the asking price. $68,000. It sold for $55,000 in 14 days. Now, what I didn't talk about, and I guess we should talk about it, if you see here a price per acre, $250,000, this is how we measure the value to apples. How do you compare apples to oranges? You have to go by some measure, lowest common denominator, what have you. In this case, this property sold for $366,000 an acre. Now, of course, this was just a tiny little lot, sold for $55,000. But if you put it into how much cost per acre, that's a giant number. Greensboro, price per acre, $52,000. They were asking $65,000. It sold for $65,000. This has got great elevation, probably, I don't know, 50 or 100 feet above sea level, paved road, and 1 acre, 1.25 acre. If you're not familiar, acreage that's 1 acre or more that has zoning of agricultural, you can have horses and chickens and hooved animals. All right, these two properties, you're going to see the two properties on Caldwell just sold for $70,000, which worked out to $66,000 an acre. Here's the second one. So I'm sure one person bought both of those. Dade City asking $96,000, sold for $77,000 in 560 days. 89,000 sold for 82,000 in 51 days, worked out to 328,000 an acre. Wow. 94,000 an acre, asking 95,000, sold for 95,000 in 21 days. Listed 119, sold for 95,000, worked out to $65,000 an acre, and that may very well be what the market is for these low-end solds. Now let's look at the pendings because we want to know what the market is. What is going on? How do we know? The answer is we look at the solds and the pendings. In this criteria, there are 9 properties that went under contract below 100 grand. Burton, Went under contract at 14.4. We don't know what the sales price is, but we really should look at the days on market. 56 days on market, 234 days on the market, 9 days on the market, 7 days on the market, multiple offers, highest and best. Look at that. Multiple offers received. So what is so attractive about this? It's in Land O'Lakes. Okay. $49,000 under contract in 8 days, worked out to $131,000 an acre. Orangewood Village. This is almost like holiday. $415,000 per acre at the asking price of $49,900. This is a half an acre, priced at $64,000 an acre. Here we go with the $173,000 an acre, and Long Lake, $67,000 an acre. Okay, so there we know a little bit about the market because we've compared the solds to the actual selling price, the asking price to selling price, and we've looked at the pendings and we've seen how quickly they're going. This is available, paved road, not a flood zone, 150 days on the market for $19,900, and I would definitely do a drive-by and see if it's something you might have an interest in. $22,000 in Moon Lake, equivalent to $81,000 an acre. And some of these lots are going to be all different sizes, so you have no way to know, is this a good deal? Is that a good deal? At $141,000 an acre, this is $24,000 is the purchase price. 133 days on the market. Lamont, pretty good little street over there. Paved road, no flood zone, $24,900. And let's run through these because I tend to get really, okay, Omaha, up in Hudson, $25,000, works out to $156 an acre. Eagle Lake and Moon Lake, $25,000, 700 days on the market. So one picture, oh my goodness, this poor customer, one picture, and it's not even outlined so you know which lot it is. For your information, what you do is you look down here at the legal description. This is lots 5 and 6. So we come over here and we see that it's these two properties. I've done a deal on Eagle Lake, and my brother is a realtor. He did a deal across the street from the one I did. But those were mobile homes. $28,000 on Oconee. Nice paved road, a little bit of a main road. Dorsey. Now, I don't know what they're talking about here by showing a picture of Moon Lake. This is not on Moon Lake, but let's see if we can look at the map. Oh, come on, map. Yeah, I was afraid of that. It's giving us everything. And we don't want to look at that map because it's not, maybe see if this map will give us just this one property. Okay, so this one backs up to this pond. These ponds can be a little bit dicey. They are, they dry up, and then when they don't dry up, they breed mosquitoes, and you have to wonder. Marley, not a bad little street, $29,000, been on the market for 96 days, so that means that they may be willing to accept an offer. And I certainly wouldn't be shy about making offers on these. 212 days on the market. You never know. The sellers, finally get an offer, and it's insulting, but you never know. So there's 67 properties on this list, and there's no way we're going to get through them all, but we're up to $35,000. Beacon Square, ex-flood zone. Now, this is a mandatory evacuation zone, so I would be reluctant to recommend it. They're going to want the house. Actually, you know what? There's a hill right here, so this might actually be above the flood zone. The flood zone's about 16 feet or lower over sea level. So if you are looking at properties, X500, look at this. This is in Sea Pines. This is a mandatory evacuation zone, and I can't search by mandatory evacuation zones. $38,000 in Spring Hill on Highway 41. Another one on a pond, which you have to wonder if it's, a mosquito breeding property. 55 and up community. Another one in there, Griffin Park, $40,000. Been on the market for 88 days this time and 544 days previously. This is $307,000 an acre. Horsey Park, $307,000 an acre. Estelle, not a bad little street. It says it's an ex-flood zone. It says it's 2 lots, but in Moon Lake, you have to have 2 lots to build one. These are 35-acre lots. Madeline, this is a interesting area. 4 pictures. $43,999. It's only $58,000 an acre, and this is 3/4 of an acre. So this is an interesting piece. That's a mixed-use community. You can have a house there or a mobile. Forest Dale and Hudson, $49,000, works out to $140,000 an acre. That would be an interesting search, is if you call me and say, hey, what's the best deal in the market? How would you go about calculating that? And let's see if I have the, I don't have it. Let's add a search, price per acre. Let's do that. Let's add that, and let's just see what happens. Because if we were searching for a deal, how would you know? So if we said everything under $100,000 an acre, we would get to none. Okay, $100,000 or less. It's very important that you know how to talk to these computers, let me tell you. 100 minus. It doesn't want to do it. Price per acre. Let's do 200, comma, 1, 2, 3. Not getting anything. Well, anyway, this is how I would search it if I was able to, and we're not getting anything under because I have it priced at 100,000. Well, anyway, I'm not doing much to impress you on my acumen, but I stuck that in there just to be able to offer some comparison, and it doesn't look like I'm able to do it. Let me go ahead and put my contact information up on the screen. And this is me right here, Randy Jenkins, Florida Real Estate Partners, your no junk fee realtor. My phone number, and I appreciate the opportunity to compete for your real estate business. Have a great day.